technological platforms, and I believe we're connected on our X and YouTube as well. Let's do our countdown. GNG everyone, welcome to our Nimble AI panel. And today we have our special guest speaker, Luki from Chainbase. And this is the second time that actually we have AMA session with Luki. I'm very glad to have you back. And also, of course, have Alex, our Nimble technologist marketing lead over here joining us today talking about AI in the Web3 space. And first, we would like to invite Luki to introduce yourself and your project to us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Moonlight. As Moonlight just mentioned, we recently had an AMA session last week. So I had a really good time and had a good discussions with all the panelists. So I'm so excited for today's chat with Alex. So my name is Luki. I am the ecosystem lead and also strategy lead for Chainbase. So what Chainbase does is that we're a data network. We're omni-chain data network. What does that mean? Is that we actually have all the accessibility capability of all different blockchain data. So we process them into different standards, into the standards that is digestible and processable for developers to utilize to either build projects or train models. We can dive a little bit deeper later on.
Definitely, yeah. Can't wait to ask you more questions regarding what Chainbase is working on. And next, we would like to welcome Alex, our marketing lead at Nimble. Would you like to also introduce yourself, your role, and also talk about Nimble with our audience? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Marketing lead here. This is the second time we were having AI panel series, which is super exciting. I'm glad to be here and be talking to Moonlight and Luki as well. And yeah, like a brief introduction about Nimble for those who are new to this AI panel series, maybe from the Chainbase side. Then we're an open AI network. We're designed to democratize AI development, but we want to do so while using optimized computing resources, right? So that means that anyone can build, they can own, and they can monetize AI models and AI agents. We're using Cosmos SDK as our core infrastructure, and we want to be interoperable, right? So we can offer dApps cross-chain to be able to use us as much as possible.
Nice. Thank you so much for the intro, Alex. And I see that we have more and more audience joining us across different platforms. And friends, we are live streaming on our YouTube channel and also on X. So you could watch us everywhere. And later we're also going to post our replay to Binance Live, so more audience could watch us today. And next, we would like to talk about AI, right? How does your project integrating AI and Web3 technology? Would you like to share with us first, Luki? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the word AI has been used, I don't know if it's overused, but it's being used pretty often here in the Web3 space. It's a narrative that everyone's shooting for. But in our opinions, AI is enabling a different paradigm of Web3. So what does that mean is that how we started Chainbase is we work on data. We work on the blockchain data. We make it processable for developers to use. So then we realized that the data processing piece of the sector, that's what's lacking. That's what's needed for user onboarding, for new developers to come to Web3, understanding the complexity of Web3 data, blockchain data, and knowing that they know the language, they know the programming language, but how do they even build the projects based on all those different data from blockchain? So then we started to do a little more research and have that community kind of engagement, understand what they're building, understand what kind of data they really need, so that we put together our standards of you will hear this term a lot. It's called manuscript. So that's what manuscript is pretty much like a standard for a different way to processing data. So when you have one manuscript, you call data sets from different blockchains. You get the data sets, you can build projects with those data sets, and you can train models with those data sets. So that's where the AI comes into, is that all those different data sets, how are we using them? They're scattered around different blockchains. Different blockchains are like their own islands. So what we're doing is we combine them together into a standardized structure so that people are able to train the models and do more of like a model training and make better predictions in the future. So when we talk about Web3, that's the incentivization piece of it. Decentralization, yes. So that actually, decentralization empowers another layer of incentivization. So the contributors of data, the contributors of a model training, they are actually able to get incentivized for providing their intelligence. So that's where the AI and Web3 come into place. That we at Chainbase, we believe that that actually expands much bigger opportunity for all of us, for even Web 2, Web 3, the whole entire technology, because we can combine that decentralization with incentivization and all the data processing put together into a bigger holistic world for like the pretty much the different kind of a modeling, different kind of a paradigm for people to utilize for technology.
Wow, thank you so much, Lucky, for sharing with us. And yes, and just like you said, right, so many projects have been talking about AI, and we even have meme tokens that call in as AI tokens, but actually the project has nothing to do with AI, right? It's definitely an overused narratives. But over here, for sure, both projects, Chainbase and Ningbo, are true AI projects in the Web3 space. So next, we would like to ask Alex, how does Ningbo integrate AI to your project? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think our narrative from the beginning has been to tackle all parts of and then like most of the challenges that have to deal with centralization in AI, right? So we want to have the tools for fine tuning, right? Then we want to make sure that the computation resources are optimized while doing so for developers, and we also want to make sure that we have a marketplace for developers to actually be able to monetize what they publish, right? Like we have the problem with OpenAI, and then you can build your own GPT, but you can't really monetize it just yet through their specific platform, right? So that's what we do, and then we have this AI computation side of things that involves basically miners and validators. So to strengthen the network as much as possible, we incentivize miners to be able to actually complete these tasks and scale as much as possible, but also have the validators that to their end need to verify the integrity of these tasks and these computations, so that the results are trustworthy as much as possible. That's how we use it.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing the information with us, Alex. And following that, I believe that within our communities, we have a lot of developers, right, as our users. So for developers who are interested in building on our projects over here with Chainbase and with Nimble, what resources and support does each of your project offer to help them and get started to succeed in the ecosystem? First, I would like to bring the question to Luki from Chainbase. Thank you.
That's an excellent question. I didn't even see that coming. That got me so excited because we are able to provide a large amount of support for our developers that we just put it out there and design, and it's going to be launched very soon in next couple of weeks. So I'm excited to share about that. But one thing that I want to go back to the previous question, what Alex mentioned was the different different contributors to the network and how they get incentivized. I think that actually plays a really big role. I'm so glad you mentioned about it, because you're talking about validators, you're talking about operators, or you're talking about the developers. So really, there's so many different players in one network, and it's like every network has provided such a good job opportunity for people to get incentivized in different way. I just want to mention what you said. I think that was very well put by what you mentioned. But anyways, so continue to the second question. So the support that we will have, as I mentioned, that you're gonna hear this word manuscript a lot from me, from a lot of the people from Chainbase and from our developers. So what it does again is to standardize the data processing of different blockchain data, right? So right now we are designing our campaign. That's gonna be starting August 15th. We're gonna release our manuscript SDK. So that has a library uh, of the languages or of the programming tutorials for query data, managing different kind of manuscripts, for fetching different data sets, and also it gives you that flexibility of design your own manuscript and monetize that as your assets. So in next 2 weeks, we will have the manuscript SDK live for developers to try it out. So you guys will hear about some campaigns, and we'll love to get as many developers engaged as possible. So that's a different way to monetize your talent and intelligence, right? Another thing that I do want to mention is our AVS is live right now. It's on testnet. So it's secured by EigenLayer system. We have put together a form for no operators to fill out, as long as you have been being a validator for different blockchains, as long as you have that eager to contribute to the security of a network, we invite you to fill out this form, and we have our instruction to how to set up the operator for our AVS. So incentivization definitely is something that we have designed to reward our contributors, especially the node operators, to secure our network. But in the future, there are going to be much more um, things down the road on our roadmap. So right now, two things that we would love to encourage our developers to do is that, first of all, get on the Chainbase Discord. We do have that intake form to get all those operators on our whitelist, so that you have that chance of being our operators and in the future validators. And second is August 15th. That's when we release our manuscript SDK. So just to stay tuned, and we're going to have our campaign out very soon.
Wow, nice. Lucky, I'm glad this is a great question for the project Gem Base, right? And can't wait for August 15 coming. So would like to be able to use it and share the information with more developers as well. Thank you. And next, we would like to also ask the same question to Alex. How does Nimble support developers to thrive in the ecosystem? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and there are two sides of the things, right? First, you need the tools and the knowledge base to build, and to make it as easy as possible to do so. And then, as Luki mentioned, after decentralization comes this layer of incentivization. We have that layer to be able to be worthwhile for miners and validators to actually be part of the network and secure the network. So when it comes to the tools that we offer, we're developing an AI notebook. The alpha is out, so all the tools for training, for fine-tuning and deploying those AI models will be there. And we're going to be announcing actually way more in the next couple of weeks about our AI notebook. And what's cool about the notebook is it offers that Web2-like experience, right? You as a developer don't need to actually learn a new environment to adapt to it anymore. You simply come in and you start building. And then one other thing that's important is the resource matching side of things, right? you need to have that optimal use of computational resources. And with this thing that we're calling an AI order book, right, we're matching applications with GPU resources with data, and we're actually creating this data exchange market. So potentially, let's say, even if in the future, your data from your car could be used as could have be a valuable as asset in itself and be used to train a different other model. And then lastly, it's the hub itself, the AI agent hub, which is the marketplace where you can monetize, right? So this is to incentivize developers to build and publish. And then on the other side, we have this brand new reputation system that I'll get into detail in a little bit more time. And through that, you get a score that matches the mining power, and then you get incentivized with NIB tokens that are staked. So you cover the cost of your GPU power.
Cool. Thank you so much, Alex. And also, wow, it seems like August is going to be a very fruitful month for both our projects, right? Yeah, NIB also will launch the AI notebook to the public as well. Awesome. And following that, we would like to talk about community collaborations and knowledge sharing. So because we know that we have been trying to keep onboarding more and more new users, right? Especially to inform them. Well, some people like to say educate, right? But others say, well, this is kind of inform them regarding our product. Right? So how does your product attract new users to your community and to your platform? Also, what tools and features are available to support these strategy? And first, we'd like to bring the question to Luki. Thank you.
Yes. So one thing I'm just so obsessed with what Alex was saying to the data exchange. So I definitely want to talk to you after this call and see how Chainbase and Nimble can work together on that specific. I know we've been talking about different kind of a collaboration, but data exchange, I find it really interesting. So let's talk more after this call. But yeah, so regarding getting more users, onboarding more developers, education, informing, etc., what we have been doing, I would say, in order to have a good product, you have to have a solution. You have to have a problem in order to solve the product. But behind every problem, for people to solve that solution, you have to have a great team. So in order to have more developers, more users, we have a great team of people with a different professionalism. So we have a really, really sophisticated DevRel who has been doing his dedication to educate and talking to the developers who are in our community. Right now, we have around 15,000 active developers. They interact with the Chainbase. So he has been talking to them, understand what they're going through, what kind of a bugs they're going through, or what kind of a manuscript or what kind of a data they need. So we understand the projects that need data. We understand the people who need data. So our DevRel has been doing a lot of like dirty hand kind of business, kind of work to really get into the weeds and talking to the developers to understand what their struggle is, what their challenges are. And there's a hackathon coming up that we're excited about. It's a super hack hackathon. It's organized by Eats Global, and our DevRel is going to be there as a mentor as well to talk to the developers about just what they're building and how to use on-chain data. So really that one-on-one kind of interaction that builds up what Chainbase is about. Another part of it is our product team and our technology team. We have a professor from Harvard who has been dedicated his whole life regarding machine learning. So we're training our own world model that predict better crypto patterns. And just like what Alex said, there's a lot of data, not just on-chain data. There's maybe Tesla data. There's a lot of everything, and you never know how to select all those data sets in order to build the the relevant model. So the model is always enhancing, and we have our professional PhD professors who are helping us to train the world model into the most enhanced way that we can do with the data sets we have. Um, so, and then lastly, I just want to mention about our co-founders. Our co-founder, one of the co-founders, he's a dropout like everyone else, who has a really successful startup. But he has been doing very well. He funded a few projects. He funded a few companies, and that he exited very, very well and very successfully. Another co-founder of ours, he's a really, really great leader. He's been very influential in the Asia in a region as well. So I just want to say that we have a strong team that can nurture a strong amount of developers, onboard them, provide them with information, technology, contents for them to understand and get onboarded with the Chainbase.
Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Luki, for sharing that. And I'm also glad that throughout this AI panel that we understand each other's project deeper, right? And then we could talk about more in-depth collaboration as well. And next, we would like to bring the same question to Alex, the Inbo marketing lead, to talk about how do we let our community members or other people, right, to know about what our project does, and also to inform them about also any strategies or tools that we use to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we work similarly with what Luki said on the chain-based side of things, right? The educational initiatives that we've had, like this AI panel is exactly that, for people to try and understand better, what actors are there, what parties are building in the space, what the resources are, and try to understand the Web3 AI concept in a lot more detail, right? We've organized an AI brunch where a lot of interested parties join to either partner or integrate with Nimble at the ETC in Brussels, and we're looking, seeing that massive interest, we're looking to do so at more events, whether it's Korea Blockchain Week or Token 24/9 or further than that. So these are some of the pillars, and then we like to always talk, in our team about this open AI ecosystem that we want to build. So we're thinking about this idea of having maybe like a peer review system of reviewing these AI models that come out. So that's one thing that kind of developers can learn one from each other. Then our team is growing on the tech side really well. I mean, Anthony, the founder, has a PhD in the field, has been working at Uber, at Facebook beforehand, building the AI side of things. So I think we're in line with what Luki was saying, and trying to foster that as much as possible.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, let's have another call after this AI panel. And following that, I would like to circle back to Luki. Previously, you talked about your team's core member, right? Their previous experience, and we'd like to know about how Chainbase was funded and what is the idea behind the scene. What is the mission of Chainbase and what problem the Chainbase found and wanted to solve, especially in the AI and Web3 space? Thank you.
Yeah. So as I mentioned a little bit about the team that I'm super proud of. So Chainbase was founded 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years, I think. The core team actually has been in Web3 space for a very long time. But I think the core team started the project by knowing that how hard on-chain data, how hard it is to process on-chain data. So a bunch of them are data scientists and data engineers, and coming to Web3, they actually work together as a team in the Web2 tech space. And as a team, a group of nerds just they got together, want to build projects in Web3 and found out how hard it is to process on-chain data. So that's the mission. That's how it was started, is that, all right, let's make it easy for us, at least, first of all. And then once they process to the next stage, progress to the next stage. Okay, one chain after another, after another. Let's see how we can actually digest them into different pieces so that developers are able to use. So that's how Chainbase was started. Is with from day one, our mission is to make the whole data processing easy and make unchained data readable and programmable. So I think I kind of combined all your questions into one answer. So so I leave the second part to Alex.
That is perfect. Thank you so much, Luki. And well, following that, I also have a project specific question to Alex from Nimble. Could you please explain how Nimble decentralized AI orchestration network works and benefit and bring to the AI and blockchain ecosystem? Thank you.
Yeah, so this actually ties into what I was talking about before about AI computation in general and our incentivization system. So AI computation execution, simple, miners, validators. You need to secure a network. You need to ensure scalability for that optimized computing resource, right? That developers will need to use for their AI models. So then miners, they have to stake NIM tokens this way, and then they verify these AI computation. Then validators verify the AI computation. So how does it work? You're a miner. You come in. You create your wallet, which, by the way, you can now do without approval. Well, we've launched this about 2 weeks ago, and we have amazing success. We've actually just passed 50,000 wallets created, which is just crazy because we first launched it as a beta with 10,000 of them, and in 2 days, boom, all the spots were filled. And then we launched at 2,000, and then in less than an hour, and now we have over 50,000. So again, back to what I was saying in terms of this permissional reputation system. You create your wallet. You have about a 14-day, let's call it like a trial period. Basically, you enter a training pool, and then after these 14 days, if successful, you move to a regular mining pool. And if not, then your token gets slashed, and your mining power gets slashed, and your wallet is removed from the pool itself. And you can do this if you want to increase your reputation score, because every miner gets a reputation score at the beginning lower, then it increases. You can actually boost that score by staking more NIM tokens. And this score is important because it helps with AI task distribution. So without this score, maybe somebody has a lot of mining power, either physical, through like a lot of GPUs, stacked together, or virtual, where you can have virtual mining power available. But if your reputation score is low, then you won't get as many tasks, and all that GPU power will be underutilized. So we want to make sure that these tasks are allocated based, on historical performance and reliability to these nodes, right? That's how our orchestration layer works.
Cool. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing the information, and also about the mechanism, right? How miners, when they start to mine Nimble's token, what the process that they are going to face over here. Thank you. And following that, we're going to come back to Luki from Chainbase. What is Chainbase roadmap, and how will Chainbase going to nurture the Web3 community? Thank you.
Oh, I was on mute. Yes, I would. Let me show you a teaser video. It's a teaser video, but I really dig that video. So I want to show the world that our production. So, and then after that, I can expand on what Chainbase's roadmap is. Give me 1 second.
Take your time. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very exciting to see the teaser that Luki is going to share with us. And so far, I also see that we got several hundred live views on our X. And welcome everyone to join us. Feel free to share the link through your personal account as well. Okay, let's take a look over here. Nice. Yeah, feel free to start it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna start it. How do I? Let's see. Here. All right. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Would you like to tell us what the teaser is about? Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So, what that's our roadmap is to create a transparent, open data network for AI. I know we say AI the word a lot, but what we're really hoping to do is we want to provide this tool to incentivize contributors, incentivize all the talents in the world to utilize the standards of data processing of a blockchain right now in order to monetize their talents and share their talents with others. So we actually have built our very first world model that we're still testing by combining with a lot of different decentralized GPU providers. So that will be coming out very soon as well. And the world model is really to predict the future, but we can't predict the future to the exact moment. I can't tell you that something's going to happen, nothing really is going to happen. I can only tell you the probability. So that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to get as close as we can by combining all this data in order to train that world model. And that's what we want to showcase the world. But the foundation is the data sets. The foundation is the processing data, um, that layer. So we have a co-processing layer that we built in our architecture. I don't want to bore everyone with our 4-layer. I don't want to give you a lot of terminologies, but one of the layers I do want to mention is the co-processor layer. That is the layer that we invite all the talents, all the developers, to build and use and design and get incentivized by having those different manuscripts, so that they are actually empowering the whole AI world to build better models and establish better projects. So our roadmap, as I mentioned, our AVS is live now on testnet on EigenLayer. So we are inviting operators or operator wannabes to fill out the form that we have in Discord, and you can also DM me as well. Um, yeah, so I can forward you the form, and I would love to take a look of all the applications and all the intake and see the interest from the network. And also our August 15th, I dropped that date a few times already, is our campaign, and our manuscript SDK is going to be out. So that's when we invite all the talents, and that's when we have that tutorial and instruction out there for people to test it out and build the whole world with us.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, Luki, for sharing with us. Yeah. Mark the date at August 15th. And also, it's so cool to showcase your roadmap using a teaser. Wow, that is definitely a brand new way. And I'm so glad that today we have these AMA sessions, a video.
The only thing is that teaser video. After I watch that, I feel like I want to watch a movie. I want to watch, like, I feel like I want to watch an Iron Man movie, but that's
Oh,
it. So you guys get me after that video.
awesome. Thank you so much, Luki. Yeah, and following that, we also have another Nimble specific question to Alex and the marketing lead over here. So as we could see that um most of the people from should I say the outsiders, right? The impressions to Nimble is like, oh, this is kind of like a computational market for miners and developers, right? And however, we also noticed that actually Ningbo's platform support different sectors, for example, like deeping, GameFi, SocialFi, etc. Could you please also elaborate on how Ningbo's infrastructure and tools could facilitate use cases across different crypto narratives, and what specific benefits that Ningbo offers to different projects? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And as a side note, by the way, Luki, that was a really cool video, and actually it works well with my GameFi explanation. I was thinking just about that, about the non-player characters while I was watching the movie. Um, but for DeepIn specifically, because you mentioned DeepIn, GameFi, and SocialFi. So for DeepIn, it's pretty simple, right? We match the supply and demand of computing resources, and that that's a lookalike of what DeepIn is all about in certain ways, right? But we also ensure fair market pricing when it comes to that, right? So as I said, we can connect applications, we can connect developers, GPU data, GPU resources, and data, and then create that decentralized exchange market, a data exchange market. Apologies. And for GameFi specifically, all the gamers will love this, by the way, because we do believe that with Nimble we can actually enhance the gaming experience really well. So you can have maybe these AI agents that act as those NPCs, those non-player characters, right? So let's say you're playing a game in a static world, and with having these NPC AI agents, they can have personalized interaction, right? They can adapt to your behavior as player in that static world. They can also generate content, so you can even have dialogues while you're playing by yourself. It's not as dry as it used to be. So this way you take the static world and then game world, and then you create this more dynamic environment this way, right? And those models would be available in the AI Agent Hub. On the SocialFi side of things, this is really, really cool because I think it will operate similar to what some ML has been doing before, but now to a whole new level. So let's say you want to, you want your grandma to log into Warpcast and start using Warpcast and Farcaster, this new SocialFi network, right? Or Lens specifically. And they have no idea how to do it. So you can create this little Jarvis that would be able to manage the user profile, that would be able to onboard that person to the SocialFi platform. Or it can, an AI agent in this case, through Nimble's ecosystem, can analyze user behavior, right? So you can have personalized content delivered, or recommendations for the users interacting with that SocialFi platform. Or you can actually assist in moderation. So maybe detect inappropriate content or spam, right? So this is how we think it would work on DeepIn, GameFi, and SocialFi side, right?
Got it. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing the details with us. And yeah, it's toward the end of our session today. And before we wrap it up, I would like to double check with our two speakers if you have any additional information that you'd like to share and we haven't covered yet. And first, let's go to Luki representing Chainbase. Thank you.
I think we covered everything that, yeah. So I don't really have a whole lot to add, but I would love to invite everyone to our Discord and follow us on Twitter or X, and just to kind of get informed on those announcements that we're having, and talk to our DevRel. He's very, very personable. So, and talk to me if you want to build projects or if you want to collaborate in the future. I'm all here for partnership and see how we can help each other grow.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Luki. And next, how about Alex? Would you like to add anything to our AI panel today? Thank you.
Yeah, this was a very in-depth session. I think there are two things that people should, I would probably add. And one is that revamped reputation system that I was talking about. We're finalizing it right now. So, create the wallet, go ahead on Nimble and become a miner validator. The experience is quite seamless. We're actually just releasing a guide, the video guide on it shortly. So definitely take advantage of that. and we want to build this mini app. Probably the first app on our network, so it could act like an MBTI test, right? Like a think of it as the 16 personalities of crypto. You connect your wallet, it kind of analyzes your behavior as well, but it also asks you 5 questions. And then once you answer those, you will get you that crypto personality that fits best. So whether you're a gigabrain or a trader or you know there are 14 others. So definitely keep an eye on that. Follow us on Twitter and join the Discord. We also have like an Olympic prediction campaign right now. So the way it works, you go in, we have these games like men's handball, USA versus Spain. You vote on which one you like, and you get a cool role. It's called the Olympic cheese, which it cracks me up every single time.
I
Definitely go ahead and do
wonder.
that.
I wonder if you guys have some sort of a prediction for the ceremony, the opening ceremony.
Oh, you mean like who's attending or?
No, just just the whole vibe.
Yeah, we missed
Yeah,
that.
I think we're
We
definitely
just
split.
we started a couple days ago, so yeah, I missed the opening part, but it was definitely. I don't think anyone could predict it, right? It's so unique. It's kind of like one of a kind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's really cool to predict that Olympics game. I'm looking forward to see that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lucky and Alex, for joining us today. I know both of you have very busy schedule, so I won't give you too long. And I'm going to close our backstage over here and looking forward to connecting with you again, Lucky, through our next call. Thank you. Bye.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mulan.
Bye.
Bye.
Like, really? Bye now?
Yes, I'm going to close it.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.